Régis, first question's injuries, obviously because of predominantly the two players that went off in the Coventry game, Mundle and Brown. Lots of speculation and rumour that they're out for a while.
Yeah, probably at least 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, probably. Yeah.
And that's both of them.
Yeah.
Is it right? Brown's broken the bone in his leg.
Yes, but we can have different level of fracture, so it should be around 6 to 8. Yes, probably.
And Mundle's a hamstring.
Yeah.
So how big a blow is that for you on top of the 3 suspensions as well?
We have to manage this situation often in the season because we would like, as a coach, to have the full squad available all the time, but it's not working like that, especially in the long league like the championship with 46 games. So we were prepared for that, but it's always unpredictable. You can expect this suspension or this injury, but I think with the quality of the group and the depth of the squad, we can manage many situations. Obviously, the first part of the season we played a lot with a core, with probably 12 players, 13 players. So we created many references, and it was like automatic sometimes. So it's good for the level of the team, but now we have to change many players, 3, 4, 5, I don't know exactly. But they trained with us before, and they are talented players. They know the context, they know the culture, they know the game model, but they didn't play a lot with the team in competitive games. So probably we'll struggle for these collective behaviors, but from a talent perspective, we still have good players on the pitch. So we'll see.
And will Patterson be back in goal this weekend?
Probably. Yeah.
I know in the last few weeks you've talked about not wanting to disrupt things too much. You don't like too much change. So is the fact that you could possibly have to make 4 or 5 changes this weekend, is that thrown it all a bit in the air for you?
Yes, as I mentioned just before, football is unpredictable, life is unpredictable, so we have to manage the situation with confidence. I trust the team, I trust the player, I trust the mindset of the team. It was the case this morning. We had the full group again after this international break, and the mindset of the team was very good. So these players played in the championship before, obviously not in that team, in that setup, but they are ready. Yeah.
You've talked about this team, it's developing, and you're looking for consistency. And you've always been attack-minded, you've always liked this team to try and push on and win games. This particular game, because of the problems you've got in terms of losing players through suspension and injury, are you more minded to be a little bit more risk-averse and be a bit more defensive?
No, not really. We used this international break to make like a review of our game model, and we had a presentation this morning. We'll have another one this afternoon, and probably we have to. We were probably the 3rd or 4th layers in many different phases. Now we have to restart from the first one or the second one to master the foundations, and but. For the mindset of the team, it's still the same idea. The identity of the team, of the club, of Sunderland, in this championship is still we want to win. We want to play fast, use fast attack when it's possible, with probably less possession, but it's not a problem for us. We want to score, and in possession we want to. Out of possession we want to defend together with a compact block. When it's possible to push more, to be more aggressive, let's do it. But we want to protect our goal, and we made maybe 9 or 10 clean sheets so far. So the identity is still the same, but with different players, different stages, and different opponent as well, because it's still a new experience. So we'll see, and I'm still confident.
And have you brought players like Ashish and Bar back into your first team group, if you like, to give you a bit more flexibility?
Yeah, they are in in the first team group. They were a little bit far from the main selection, but they trained properly. They played with the under 21s, and their mindset are very good. So they are ready to be selected. Yeah.
And I'll ask you, and you probably won't say because it's Millwall and you don't want to give anything away, but are you tempted to maybe go to 3 at the back for this game, or I know you prefer 4? Is it something that's crossed your mind?
You have to wait the whistle. Oh, it's a back 5. No, it's a back 4. I don't know.
And do you say is he fit? Is he?
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know if you've ever watched a television program, Ted Lasso. Have you ever seen that series?
Yes. Yeah.
There was one episode where Ted Lasso's team has to face Manchester City and odds are against them, and he has chaos theory, chaos from free kicks and the like. Are you going to take a leaf out of Ted's book, your set pieces?
It's a really strong team and set pieces. Yes, it's true, but it's not the first one we will face with. So it's a characteristic of many teams in that league, and so far we defended well in this phase. So we have to maintain our level. Yes, it's one of their characteristics, but not the only one. They have many interesting elements in their game. So they played and won many games so far. So it's a good team again. Yeah.
Everyone talks about Jay Cooper being their real threat from set pieces, 6'6", and he's caused Sunderland problems in the past. I'm assuming you've obviously done your homework on that aspect of their play, but as you say, their recent record, they're one of the form teams in the division. It's probably not the best time to be playing them.
We never know before. Sometimes you can feel that you have your strongest team, but you can't face with the problem on the pitch. And later with another team, you don't expect any more, but on the pitch they are very good. So for me, I don't have at the moment any expectations. Just to make our job properly. We have quality on the pitch. With the injuries and suspensions, we'll have less references, okay, but good players are good players, so they can play. Yeah.
You've spoken a little bit about Milan Alexic over the last couple of weeks and where he is in the sort of the scheme of things. He played for the under-21s in the week. Is he closer in your mind to being involved now?
Yeah, it's the case. It's still a young player. We spoke about it before, and sometimes you are waiting for the right opportunity. It was the case for Tommy Watson, for example. He waited for maybe 6, 7, 8 weeks without opportunities, and now it's done. He started, probably will start again, and he got minutes and experiences and confidence as well. So for Milan, it's the case. It's a talented player for sure. He has a high competition in his zone with Régis, with Brownie, with Job, who played in that position in the beginning of the season. So he has to wait because competition is like that, and he's working hard. So probably, I don't know if it will happen this weekend, we'll see, but he's very close, yes.
Have you used the international break to do some real proper planning for January? Has that been one of the tasks over this break?
The main task was around our team, our current team, because I believe that the solution is here before. And the way we can develop our players, the players who didn't play so much from the beginning of the season, are our best player at the moment. And later, we know that probably we'll have some weak positions, so we are working on these positions, but it wasn't my main task. Yeah.
You've got obviously Millwall, who've beaten Leeds and Burnley recently, and then you've got West Brom, Sheffield United. These kind of 3 really big games. Do you feel like you'll have a better idea of where you are in the promotion race in this kind of next week or so?
It's a big challenge. It's a massive week, we can say like that, and interesting challenges. Doesn't mean if we win or if we lose these games that at the end we won't be on top of the table or the bottom of the table, because it's still 17, 18 rounds of the league. But these challenges are always interesting to assess our level at that moment, at that stage with that team exactly. So it should be interesting, and we want to face this challenge. We are very excited to play this kind of games, and at the end we'll see. But I don't think the true will be at the end of these 3 games. No.
Thank you.
How much confidence does it give you that this is a difficult weekend because of your situation with injuries and suspensions? But it seems most challenges that the group has faced this season, they've found a way to match the challenge. So does that give you confidence that they've been to places like Luton and they've done well?
Yeah. Yes, it's really the case, because when we put the lineup on our office, okay, that year, I'm very confident with the starting lineup, and I'm confident with the subs we'll have on the bench. Obviously, it's different. So when you have a bigger experience behind you, you can believe that this triangle will work well, because they used to play against many teams and they face the challenge every time. So you can be confident, but sometimes you can find like we struggled against Plymouth, for example, with a winger. A winger was on fire. It was impossible to stop him, and we were confident with our triangle, but we didn't face it. So it's possible. So we have to find out a new setup, but for me it's very exciting. Instead of I'm not confident, I'm unsure. It's not the case, because football is like that. We need 22 players in the team. We know that in a league with 46 games, we'll have to manage many different situations, and we are in that mindset.
You mentioned the numbers there. 46 games. You've known all along what the championship is all about. There's 9 games between now and January the 1st. Okay. It's extremely intense. Do you feel like the squad's in a good place to sort of face that challenge in the weeks ahead?
It will be positive to face with that group, and at the end we'll have I think a good assessment of the depth of the squad. And because we didn't use this player before, we don't know really what they are able to do, and they need opportunities, and the best challenges are better because they know that they have to give 100%, and they have to be connected, because if we play alone, it's impossible to face with this challenge. So the condition is very interesting to test and to challenge the team, and I believe they are able to do it.
Régis, if promotion is a serious consideration, is this the type of game, despite who they've beaten recently, obviously they've beaten Burnley and Leeds, that if you went there and won, you'd actually make a statement, you could say, yes, we are in this race?
It's too early, I think, because for a French coach, it's the warm-up. Now we are going to start the league, really. So I know that the way to go is so long, but we are building a strong culture. We know that we have many talented players. They can play as a unit. They did before, and they have to repeat and to evolve, because every team evolve in the league. So we have to make progress. We have to introduce new layers. We have to test and manage the depth of the squad and so on. So at the minute we played well. We can struggle. It's possible to have maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 games with bad or poor results. It's possible. It doesn't mean that at the end you won't be involved for the race. It's still possible. So at the end, our main focus is to improve the team, to manage the situation with the players we have in the team, and I believe that they are able to cope with the situation.
Given how busy next week will be and the lack of training time you'll have in between games, how will you go about making any tactical tweaks you might need to make between the games?
It's because in that situation, our game model is the solution, how we want to play in every phases. So it was very interesting during this international break to reassess this game model and to define the different layers and to say when we played like that in that phase, in that moment of the game, we were efficient, and when we made these mistakes, we were in trouble. So it was very interesting to talk about that again, because sometimes with the repetition of games, you don't know exactly when something went wrong or when good, and this period is very interesting for that. And when we have to face with different style of play, probably the main focus is simply on your game, how we want to play. Obviously, you have to adapt some different elements, but not too much.
And you mentioned there that obviously we're not that close to the end of the season, promotion is a long way off, but is there a worry that because of the situation you've got yourself in and how well some of your young players are playing, that if you weren't to go up, other teams from perhaps the Premier League will be sniffing around and maybe try and prize them away?
Football is too unpredictable to make some prediction. I think two weeks later it's totally different. So 2 suspensions, 2 injuries, bad period, I don't know. So in competition, I think it's day by day, only this consideration. And for me, it's what I want to explain to you, to the players, to the fans, and so on. And enjoy when it's good, support when it's more difficult, and believe in our game model, in our structure, in our squad, in our players, because obviously we'll struggle sometimes, it's possible, and but bad periods are very important to build the next period. And if you keep the confidence, if you keep the process to learn from different experiences, at the end you are bigger, you are stronger, and you can finish the league in our best way, probably.